It sucks when you feel like you've had a great first date with a woman and it just does not translate into a second date. I'm dating coach Hayley Quinn, and I'm going to be unpacking 6 reasons why women pull back after first dates, and also, more importantly, what you can do about it. Now, this is a tricky one. I would say that women are usually behind guys in terms of how they're developing their feelings of attraction. So whilst you might be clear and certain that you'd like a second date with her, it's almost to be expected that she's going to be more on the fence. So what can you do to counteract this naturally slow burn process of attraction with women? To begin with, remember that her feelings of interest are likely to be highest actually on the date or just briefly afterwards. If there's a week's gap before you suggest a second date, what you're going to find is attraction has gone down and doubt has gone up. This is why the best move you can do to make a change here is to actually close down the time frame between dates 1 and 2. If you're feeling it and she seems relatively responsive post-date, shoot for a second date pretty soonish. Make it easy for her to commit to so she doesn't feel like it's tons of effort, and be clear and direct about your phrasing. So, hey, look, it was fun catching up. How about we do X next week? Now, this goes back to reason 1. Remember, her feelings are taking longer to develop than yours. So if you end up bombarding her or putting lots of emojis with like hearts or kisses or roses, she's going to feel overwhelmed. That means her natural feeling of, oh no, I don't want to lead this guy on and he's clearly really into me, will translate into pressure and she will pull away. The lesson here is actually to keep your communication with her cool, clear, and direct. Women can set, I would say, don't hate me for saying this, ladies, slightly unrealistically high bars for second dates. If she doesn't feel tons of sexual chemistry or that you're the love of her life, it might be a next from her. Women can also be fantastic dates. This means that whilst you thought the date was going great, it was just felt pleasant enough to her. The lesson from this is really to not get comfortable on your dates. Remember, if you're in your comfort zone, it is like 100% fail. Instead, even if the conversation is flowing, be prepared to challenge women on your dates, be prepared to take risks, be prepared to ramp up that sexual chemistry. Sometimes a 3.5 out of 5 is just simply not enough for her to feel incentivized to continue. A really simple way that you can do this is towards the end of your date, end with a statement of intent and be like, look, we've just met, it's early days, we barely know each other, but like, I think there's enough here that I'm curious to get to know you more, so let's meet up again next week. This will create attraction because it's clear and direct, and also shows that you're not in love with her yet either, but that you're just open to giving this another shot. Phrasing things in this way is going to do a great job of helping her to feel that you're kind of on the same page, take the pressure out of the situation, and help her to say yes to a second date. So yes, sometimes if a woman is really into you, confusingly, she can step back more after a first date. Why is that? Well, it's because she might be trying to create a dynamic where you chase her. Now, women can often adopt this more submissive backseat role when they're actually hoping to encourage a man to take the lead. I know, like who made the rules on this? It may not be politically correct, but if this is what is happening, what you'll find is while she's not proactively reaching out to you, she will be responsive if you are clear and direct and invite her out on another date. This sounds bad on paper, but this is modern dating, folks. Like, most people, particularly if you live in a big city, will be getting to know multiple different people at any moment in time. Now, sometimes if you felt the date went great and then there's just tumbleweeds afterwards, you actually don't always have to take this as a reflection that you did something wrong. It could be something completely different, that her ex has got back on the scene, and because of that, she's not investing in much time into you. Again, the solution here is to go back to what you would like to have happen next, this clear masculine intention. So be authentic and straight up about expressing an interest in wanting to see her again. And for now, don't sweat it about the other options. Remember how much value as a guy you bring to the dating process. Really validate yourself for everything you do, and trust that if there is that connection there, if she's open, if you have that compatibility to really move things forward, that she'll say yes to that second date, and gradually you can build a connection together. Also, for you, don't put all your eggs in one basket either. Stay open to getting to know other options until you've had that all-important commitment conversation. She may be open to having another date with you, but then the rest of her life can start to get in the way, and because she's not that into you yet, she's not yet prioritizing you. Instead of getting annoyed about this is just to be expected. You know, you're not going to jump in at place number one in her life. She's got family, she's got friends, she's got work. To help her work around this, suggest a second date for her that is just easy to commit to. Make it a hot 90 minutes, go get some gelato or hot chocolate, and make in an area that's convenient for her to make it easier for her to commit to that second date. Remember, the more dates she commits to, the more she's giving herself a chance to open up and really connect with you. So set a date that's easy for her to make, and you stand a better chance of furthering that relationship. So what you feel is her pulling away could just be her natural process of taking longer to really feel and build that attraction with you. So don't read too much into her behavior just yet. Instead, create a clear and direct, and importantly, easy opportunity for her to meet you for a second date as soon as you can, to build that connection with her in the real world. Bank more of those dates, and it's much more likely her attraction to you is going to rise. If you constantly find that the first date you get massively stuck on, please share about it in the comments, and hopefully I will catch you again in another video.